All right. Hello, subscribers. Hello, viewers. Me again. And it's a beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. Yeah. Content again. Listen to this. Valve is waiting to create Steam Deck 2 until a major silicon and architecture improvement emerge. Drastically better performance with the same battery life is not enough. But then it says the Steam Deck will be a true next-gen product. Says there, Valve unveiled its new batch of hardware for 2026 yesterday, including a new Steam machine, Steam controller, and even Steam Frame VR headset. One particular beloved device was missing from the pack, though that the Steam Deck. Now Valve has confirmed that the Steam Deck 2 is still probably years away, noting it is waiting for major leap in silicon to deliver the performance jump it deserves. Says here, launched 3 years ago, the Steam Deck has received only one major upgrade, the OLED variant, with many left seeking a little more juice out of the handheld. Unfortunately, the wait won't be cut any shorter, as Valve has just made its priorities clear. It's envisioned the Steam Deck 2 as a true next-gen leap, not an iterative upgrade. Pierre-Luc Griffius, a software engineer at Valve and the lead developer behind SteamOS, spoke to IGN, clarifies, the thing we're making sure of is it's worthwhile enough performance upgrade to make sense for a standalone product. Says here, even if you take into account the current PC handheld landscape, the Steam Deck has fallen quite a bit behind when it comes to performance. It's a testament to Valve optimization through Proton that SteamOS can run so many Deck verified titles, but its age is showing with some demanding AAA blockbusters, which also affects our battery life. I said effect means effect. Says they're either extending battery endurance while maintaining similar performance and prioritizing improved frame rates while maintaining the same battery life is not enough. For Valve, the Steam Deck has to provide significant jump across both aspects with no compromise. Says here, and right now the silicon that exists, despite various advances, is simply not up to the task, according to Griffius. And then it says, we're not interested in getting to a point where it's a 20 or 30% or even 50% more performance at the same battery life. We want something a little bit more democrated than that. So we've been working back from the silicon advancement and architectural improvement, and I think we have a pretty good idea of what the next version of Steam Deck is going to be. But right now, there is no offering in that landscape, in the SoC landscape, that we think we would truly be a next-gen performance Steam Deck, he told IGN. It says there, to jog your memory, the Steam Deck shipped with AMD Z1 Extreme chip, which has since been succeeded by the Z2 Extreme. It says here, as founded in the ROG Xbox Ally, offering remarkable improvements in low watch scenarios and a respectable bump at higher TDP, but apparently something like the Z2E isn't sufficient for Valve, and it's better on upcoming silicons to address even more shortcomings. It says AMD does have high performance Strix Halo APU at the moment. The top end model offers 40 RDNA 3.5 CUs, matching the RTX 4060 laptop performance. That's a massive jump, available to a harvest right away, and even if it's efficient, it's certainly not cheap, and the Steam Deck successor cannot compromise on accessibility. And says there, therefore, perhaps the next lineup from AMD is what brings Strix Halo numbers to the masses, at which point Valve might opt for it in the Steam Deck 2. These comment echoes prior sentiments from the company, such as last year when it said Steam Deck won't have annual releases, and even before that, in 2023, when Valve confirmed the next Steam Deck is at least 2 to 3 years away, though the timeline likely shifted a bit when Valve new PC-centric hardware came into the picture. So yeah, based on this article, yeah, the Steam Deck 2 will be a true next-gen product. Yeah. So Valve is standing on what they mean and what they say, you know. So they're not into the cycle of like making a new handheld every 2 years, you know. So they're getting the, even though the Steam Deck is aging, and even with the OLED version, the RDNA 2 is doing its thing for now. But when that time, you know, comes, you know, the Steam Deck 2 will be available. But I think with this article too, it gives Valve time to even work even harder on the Steam Deck 2, even with the Steam Machine coming out next year. This will give them time. This will take the pressure off them to really focus on the. Take the pressure off them, so it'll give them time to work on the Steam Deck 2. So. All right now, all you can do is wait and learn to enjoy what you have, you know, and wait for the Steam Machine. But in the meantime, the Steam Deck 2 is being worked. It's being worked on. So when that time comes, they will release it, you know. So this article talked about what's this? Where is it? Let's see if I can pull it up here. Talks about the but it says Strix Halo APUs at the moment. Top-end model offers 40 RDNA 3.5 CUs. You know, maybe that will be in the next Steam Deck, maybe. But as price, I think price will be a factor too. You know, Valve is looking at that too. You know, pricing, you know, for the consumer when it comes to the Steam Deck too. So, but right now I think they're just taking their time with this, you know, taking their time with this. And when you look at the Z2E, you know, many people thought that was for the Steam Deck too, but Pierre Luc Griffius corrected that. So yeah, now we know what Valve is really it's really looking for as far as this article is concerned and what they plan on doing. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.